Imagine that you've been invited to a special party and you really want to bring another friend with you. Bringing along this friend would really make the party a lot more interesting and fun for you. However, your party host doesn't know this friend and didn't invite them. Would you first ask your host for permission, or would you just bring your friend and hope that the host doesn't mind? If you just brought your friend without telling your host might be confused. They may wonder, who is this? Why are they here? Who invited them? To be polite, you would first ask your host if it's okay to bring another friend, and you would also probably tell them a little bit about your friend too. Similarly, in basic academic writing, it would be very strange if you, as the writer, didn't use a topic sentence to introduce your supporting details and examples. The details and examples could be thought of as friends that you want to include to improve the quality of your writing, but you need to properly introduce them first. This is the job of the topic sentences in your body paragraphs. As you know, the thesis statement often includes the most important reasons to support your main idea. These reasons become the topic sentences of your body paragraphs, and they are supported by even more details, examples, facts, and explanations. But how should you write a topic sentence? Again, imagine that you are introducing a friend. Would you just say, "This is Joe"? No, you would want to say something interesting and complimentary that would make other people interested and want to know more about Joe. Of course, you would keep it fairly brief. Your friend would be embarrassed if you shared too much personal information. Similarly, you want to write a topic sentence that is interesting without being too wordy. It is also very good if there is a clear connection for your reader between how you introduce the reasons in your thesis statement and how you write your topic sentences for your body paragraphs. Your reader has to be able to recognize the connection. Let's look at a sample thesis statement and write a topic sentence for each of the reasons or subtopics. Since we were just talking about bringing a friend to a party, here's a thesis statement for a personal opinion essay about what makes a good friend. A good friend is the kind of person who is happy to share, encourages others, and is willing to forgive. The topic, of course, is what makes a good friend. The subtopics are these three qualities. Based on this thesis statement, we can expect that the first body paragraph will focus on how a good friend is happy to share. I could start very simply and write, "A good friend is happy to share." That is an okay topic sentence, and there's an obvious connection with your thesis, but the writer hasn't put a lot of thought into that sentence, and the reader is probably not going to be that interested. It would sound better if I wrote something like, "A good friend is happy to share their time, a listening ear, and a helping hand." By putting a little extra thought into it, I have a better topic sentence that is more interesting and also a lot more helpful, since the writer now has a good idea what kinds of details to put into this body paragraph. Obviously, they can write about how friends spend time together, listen to each other, and help each other. In our thesis statement, our second quality of a good friend was encourages others. If we just write, "A good friend encourages others," that's not very specific, nor very interesting. The writer also has to think about in what ways a good friend encourages others. It would be better to write something like, "An inspirational friend encourages us to set higher goals, to think more of others, and to never give up." Once again, we followed the pattern of listing 3 specific supporting details that the reader can expect to be explained in this body paragraph. However, you don't need to always write 3 subtopics in a topic sentence. The main point is that your topic sentence should be interesting and specific enough that your reader has a good idea what the paragraph will be about. Our third quality from our thesis statement was, a good friend is willing to forgive. We could write this a little differently from the others, and instead of listing 3 subtopics, we could write something like, we all make mistakes, and the best kind of friend is someone who is willing to forgive, especially when we have a hard time forgiving ourselves. Even though this doesn't list 3 specific subtopics like the other examples, it is still specific enough to be an effective topic sentence. After reading this topic sentence, the reader would expect to read about a time when the author had a hard time forgiving him or herself for something they did wrong, but which they were able to receive forgiveness from their friend. Like bringing a good friend to a party, a well-written topic sentence can make all of the other details and examples in a body paragraph seem much more familiar and also more engaging. Whichever way you decide to write your topic sentence, and there's lots of ways you could write it effectively, the main point is that there should always be a clear connection to your thesis statement. Also, your topic sentence must be specific enough so that your reader can predict what your body paragraph will be about, and hopefully make your reader want to know more.